Yes, Ayub. ఎన్ని రౌండ్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఇంటర్వ్యూలో? 3 to 4 rounds. Sometimes psychological round is also there. సైకాలజికల్ రౌండ్ అంటే ఏముంటుంది, కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇస్తారు. డేట్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, మీ మేనేజర్ మీకు ఒక థాట్ ప్రాసెస్ ఉంది చేయడానికి, మీ మేనేజర్ వేరేలాగా చేయమని, ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో ఒకసారి సైకాలజికల్ క్వశ్చన్స్ కూడా చూడండి. ఒక్కొక్క కంపెనీ పర్సిస్టెంట్ సిస్టమ్ 3 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్కి నాకు అడిగాను, టిప్కో. ఓకే, సో నౌ yesterday we have done, this is how scrum call goes. Okay, and then we will be giving you some Jira tickets. అందులో existing code కూడా. Yep, Vijay and Ajay, can you unmute and let me know how many PRs have you done? See, 9:30 batch pull requests are 13 averaged. Every day 13, 10, 13, 15. Updated 1 hour ago. Okay, 4 PRs from Yashwant, Vijay. Hello world is ours. Akhila. Okay, what were we doing yesterday? Set and list done. What is the difference? List, heterogeneous, null, duplicate. Okay, tuple. Can we go ahead with the tuple? Tuple, you can directly create this ways. T is equals to open and close brackets. Which kind of bracket are there? The English name of the bracket. Square is like flower. Parenthesis, right? And did I give you homework like 1? Why do you add it? Okay, I think tuple also done. Let's do it again, no issues. So you're creating a tuple ABC the same way. Tuple also you're creating it. Okay, tuple always then indexing. Tuple of 0, what it will be? -1. Yeah, we have done this. Tuple methods, there will be very less methods. If you say tuple count of 2, how many 2s are there, it will give you. And then index of 2, what will be the answer? 1, it will print 1. Okay, yeah, I think we have done this yesterday. 1 2 3 4 5 6, tuple plus tuple, it will add tuple into 3, and then we have done the union also, right? Tuple slicing, 1 2 3 4 5, only 2 means this will be printed. This one means inverted palindrome type, it will invert 5 4 3 2 1. Shall we run? Okay, and right side 2 means with 2 colons, so it is giving. Whenever it is rect, how to remember? If it is right side, leave the right side. If it is left side, leave the left side. Right side unte ఆ రైట్ సైడే మొత్తం ఎలిమెంట్స్ తీసేయాల, లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో ఉన్న అన్ని ఎలిమెంట్స్ క్యాప్చర్ చేయాలి. Frozen set done. Set means you can add more elements. List means you can add. Tuple you cannot add. Tuple is immutable. Okay na? Cannot be changed, right? Set అనేది can be changed, but if you use frozen set, you're locking it. Set, yeah. Dictionary. Now dictionaries are like this. Till now you had anything that is like set with some bracket inside it, everything is individual, right? 1 2 3 or names like that. But what if you want to use a key and respected value. Key value. Key value. All different names. Name, alias. Let's take our name. Ajay, Vijay, Sampath. All the name 1, name 2. This is key, this is value. Okay. Now always key is unique. You cannot keep duplicates. Okay. Now this is an empty dictionary. You're creating an empty dictionary. Dictionary means key value pair. Immutable. What is the meaning? You will go into a dictionary, right? It will have a meaning. That means there is a key called immutable. Jump. What is the meaning of jump? You will go into a dictionary and check it, right? So you will have a key and value. That is dictionary. Now take it as a homework. What does this line number 4 does? Okay. Now what does this do? This will actually generate dictionary with D5 equals to like this. X is the key, X square is the value. F for X in range. Range is first giving what? 0. 0 in X. On the left hand side, first 0. 0 square is 0 square. 0. So you will get the key as 0, value as 0. Now range is giving 1 to X. And this on the left hand side, X got 1. 1. And then X square, 1 square is 1. So you're creating the dictionary 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2 with the help of this code. This code is only in Python. Without using this trick, if you do it in other languages, it will take nearly 10 lines. Okay? Understood this part? Ardhamainda Ayu? Yeah. So for loop undi kada, range will give first 0 to X, right? And what is there on the left hand side? X will get 0. X will get 0. 0 and 0 square. First things are generated. Now X will give what? First it gave 0, second it will give 1. X lo ippudu 1 undi kada. 1 and 1 square. It will generate that key and value pair. Ante same statement key value pairs generate చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్తుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ 3 ఉంది. 5 అని రాస్తే ఎన్ని జనరేట్ అవుతుంది? 2 4 3 9 4 16. 16 ఎందుకు? 4 square. Range whatever is giving, it is coming to that X, and that key value pairs are getting generated. Now you can directly print D5. Dictionary methods. D dot keys. Key ante A and B. It will print keys only. Values are 1 and 2. It will print values. Items means అందులో ఉన్న ప్రతి key value both. Now you are updating C is equals to 3. That means in the last it will get added. You are popping A. Only key పట్టుకొని pop చేస్తుంది. అంటే remove key and value both. Pop. You take a bottle. Okay, you have data structures, which is the half of the class next you will be only preparing. Now you have this very complex thing. Okay, okka key, one key is having this whole value, but inside that value also you have name, key and value. This is nested. You see, you have one key and whole value. You actually see how you create the key value. Key is like this, then after that colon, then value. Comma means this is one key value. This is one key value. Okay. So you have a key called employee 1. Whole value is this much. Inside that value only you have key and value. అర్థమైందా? ఎంప్లాయీ 1 అనేది ఒక కీ, ఆ మొత్తం వాల్యూ లోపల కీ వాల్యూ. ఓకే, నెస్టెడ్ అంటారు. Now you have a person. His name is Elias, ID is 101, address is something. Now I say person dot name dot ante Elias. In the same way, if I have many things like this, comma person 2, person name first one తీసుకుందాం Ajay, second name I am taking Ayub. So person 1 dot name ఏమొస్తుంది? person 1 dot name Ajay. person 2 dot id, id అంటే 1 or 2, నేమ్ అడగలేదు, id అడిగాను. person 2 dot, that is in this one outer లోపల value లోపల. Again in this also you have one more key value. Okay, later we'll come with more questions. Project Euler, note it down. Project Euler website. You have seen the Project Euler? Yes. Now in Project Euler, go to this is very important. I can give you a sudden test on this one. A mock. Last batch, last hour, they got 2 mocks. 15 days before, 12 days before, and then today a sudden test. And only 55-60% are others who are not practicing. They are just, days are going on. It's not acceptable. If you are in my class, I want 95% of the guys to be employed up till the Python full stack is getting complete. Okay? If you are not in that 95%, you want to be in that 5%, you can change the batch. Very straightforward. You have evening class, you have Chaitanya sir. You want to be in the 95%, you will be continuing with that. Your marks in the same way. Your code, your GitHub, your Jira, you will get 6 Jiras should not be on the red. Okay? This is the way it works in IT company. You go to the Project Euler, click on archives. Nothing serious. I really want a little competition with the other batches. Cybersecurity 60% got employed. Okay, I should be at 95%. Is it bad thing to keep 95%? 1, 3, 4, 5, 7 guys, it is 30%. You are 22 max, right? In that even 15 works, that is 70%. No, I want 95 because I'm imparting the same knowledge, right, to everyone. The only thing is from your side. After this class, how much time you're spending? And probably January 15th, right? You guys are at the very good time phase when you're actually coming out of this training. The market will be nearly fully open. December is Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay? Everybody sleeps in Western world. They don't do one job. They don't even lift the bag like this. But with respect to their office, full snow. Okay? No recruitment. Because projects are from outside only, max, right? Only 20% are Indian projects. Product-based company, service-based company. Maximum depends upon. So last quarter 4, right? Quarter 3 ending in quarter 4, after January 15th, you will be nearly seeing a lot of LinkedIn, Naukri and others. And before that, we have person and 2 people as a department working, getting companies here. Okay. So in this project Euler, you will have many of the questions. Click the first question and hit it. You need to write down the code for it. If I am a R developer, which I am learning R language, same question I have to solve it in R. It's like write down a paragraph for independence. If you're learning Telugu, you'll have to write down. If you're learning Japanese, you'll have to write down. In the same way, code level, these are the questions. Now comes the hacker rank. Log in into this, create your profile. For developers, LeetCode, note it down. And this one, if you go to the leaderboard, there will be a ranking. Okay. So these are others ranking. Your own ranking, you can see it here. You can go to preparation, you can go to compete. We'll get a lot of questions there. Okay. And 70-80% when it is completed, I'll take a mock. Okay. Will be called in the cabin, asked for the introduction. Same thing, just how it will happen in a company. And probably within the next 10 days, you'll have one more company. You can directly also approach that. LeetCode is there, HackerRank is there, Project Euler. Okay. Then also you have GitHub. Inside the GitHub also just hit Python interview questions. You have ChatGPT, Gemini. I've shown you how to do prompt engineering, right? So now you can see you have dictionary, one key. Inside that you have all the details as key value pair. You have A, which is having value as key value pair, and B, value as key value pair. This is called as one nested with key value pair. Outer. You can keep it as OUTER, outer key. Same like person, name is Ajay, ID is this. Person 2, name is this and this. It is like this. Outer, inner, and at the last which comes as key value pair are called as a leaf and node. Understanding? And I'm printing everything. Okay, there is one error here. Okay, how do you print? You can directly write D2, D3, it will print. You want to print only key value pairs like this? Using the for loop. D.items. Items means it will give all the items, right? D is this part. So D.items, you see in for loop when we use range, right? Only one value was coming. Here key value both are coming. This is very special in Python. You see the code for any other language with key value pair, it's very complex. You have to remember a lot of predefined functions. Here it is directly key value. You are getting the key and value from items. Same thing, D2 items, you are getting key value pair and you are printing the same thing. D.item, you are printing the key value, key, you are using it. Now inside this value you got it, right? Because D is there. What is there? D. You are printing the inner. So you are making it as value.items because value is there, right? From the first you got key value. Value also has key value, right? Then you are printing value.items with inner key and inner value. You can name anything here. A, B. And later you are using the same AB. So value. What is D? D.items means one key and value. So it is value, you are getting the whole thing, name and age. Inside that you took value.items. This is referring only to this one. Chushara, D.items ante idi key, idi value. So key value idi. Inside that you took value.items. This is referring only to this one. Chushara, D.items ante idi key, idi value. So key value idi. So key value ఓన్లీ వాల్యూ అంటే ఇది మొత్తం. ఇందులో నుంచి మొత్తం ఐటమ్స్ తీస్తే ఏబి ఏమొస్తుంది, ఏ ఇది వస్తుంది, బి ఇది వస్తుంది. ఇందులో నుంచి కూడా బి డాట్ ఐటమ్స్ అని తీయవచ్చు. బి డాట్ ఐటమ్స్ ఐటమ్ అని తీస్తే లేదు, బి డాట్ వాల్యూ అని వస్తుంది, ఎందుకంటే అది లీఫ్. ఓకే, after some more code I will explain you this one, outer and inner, not much used with respect to where do you use dictionary. ఇప్పుడు డేటాబేస్ లో కీ వాల్యూ పేర్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, యూజర్ నేమ్ అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్. మీ యూజర్తోనే అది పాస్వర్డ్ ఉండాలి. నా యూజర్ నేమ్ తీసుకొని ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ లో మీ పాస్వర్డ్ కొడితే వస్తుందా? దట్ ఈస్ ద. Now I am creating dictionary with a tuple. Why do I have to create with a value with a tuple? Tuple feature entity. Set list tuple differences. List ante heterogeneous, duplicates allow this null. Inka you can change the data. Set order, insertion order is not ఏదో డిఫరెన్స్ ఉండాలి కదా లిస్ట్ సెట్ లో. రెండు ఒకటేనా లిస్ట్ సెట్? ఇన్సర్షన్ ఆర్డర్ రిజల్ట్ ఏ ట్యూపుల్ డేటా చేంజ్ చేయలేదు. ఒకసారి 10 30 12 అని రాసేస్తే దాంట్లో అదే ఉంటుంది, ఓన్లీ రిట్రీవ్ చేయొచ్చు, ప్రింట్ చేయొచ్చు. డిక్షనరీ ఈ వాల్యూ ఇట్స్ వెరీ డిఫరెంట్ దెన్ లిస్ట్ సెట్ because those are all one items. Okay, which is head. Homogeneous data. ఆ డేటాలో ఇంటీజర్ వేస్తే ఇంటీజర్ వేయాలి, స్ట్రింగ్ వేస్తే స్ట్రింగ్ వేయాలి. విచ్ వన్? లిస్ట్ సెట్ ఆన్ ట్యూపుల్. Take it as a homework. You'll have to remember this is the interview question level 1. Technical 1 round ఎట్లుంటుంది తెలుసా? Your name, ma'am? Yes. ఉచిత మీకు ఇట్లా పేరు తీసుకొని ఫింగర్ చూపిస్తే పర్సనల్లీ తీసుకోకపోతున్నా నేను చెప్తున్నాను. యూఆర్ నాట్ ఏ స్టూడెంట్. లేదు నేను చెప్తున్నా, నేను పేర్లు తీస్తాను కదా ఐటీలో ఇట్లనే అయిపోయింది. ఈవెన్ 22 people are working నా ఆ టైంలో యాజ్ ఎ టెక్నికల్ లీడ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు నో యువర్ నేమ్ అండ్ విచ్ పార్ట్ యు ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ ఆన్ ఎవ్రీ డే. యు ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ ఆన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్, యు ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ ఆన్ బ్యాక్ ఎండ్. ఎందుకంటే నా పైన ఉన్న వాళ్ళు కూడా అడుగుతారు, ఓకే యూ హ్యావ్ దీస్ మెనీ డెవలపర్స్ నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ కోసం, ఇంకా 2 hours which developers we can give to another project, no 2 hours like this. So at that time I have to know you with your name and people. ఇప్పుడు క్రికెట్ లో కూడా అంతే కదా, ఫస్ట్ బ్యాట్స్మెన్ ఎవరంటే అక్కడ సౌండ్ వస్తుంది, ఎయిర్ వస్తుంది. సో ఐటీలో డేటా స్ట్రక్చర్స్ అనేది చాలా పెద్ద కాన్సెప్ట్. డేటా స్ట్రక్చర్స్ లో పైథాన్ లో స్టార్టింగ్ లిస్ట్ సెట్ ట్యూపుల్. టెక్నికల్ రౌండ్ అనేది ఎట్లుంటుందంటే వాట్ ఈస్ పైథాన్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద ఫీచర్స్ ఆఫ్ పైథాన్, మీ రెజ్యూమ్ ఏం రాశారో దాని గురించి. వన్ ఆఫ్ ద క్యాండిడేట్ ఇన్ ద లాస్ట్ బ్యాచ్ he wrote about AWS certified. Fine. Certified అంటే ఎట్లా అడగాలి నేను క్వశ్చన్స్? ఆటోమేటిక్లీ కదా, that is not able to tell. Okay, somebody is Microsoft certified, they'll ask you that questions. Out of all this 22, if I take a mock here on the stage, right, I won't know anything about you. I'll ask you your name, introduce yourself. Our time na mak telsukodani. I don't want your college, I don't want your 12th class of physics, maths and those. What I need is Python, Java, JavaScript or React. So that next questions are 20 minutes gunjaleda first technical round. సో మీ రెజ్యూమ్లో మీరేం రాసిన దాని గురించి అడుగు. చెస్ అని రాశారు, బుక్స్ అని రాశారు, హాబీ విచ్ బుక్, లాస్ట్ బుక్ వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ రెడ్ అంటే సార్ ఇట్లనే రాసిన మంచిగా అనిపిస్తుంది, బుక్ రాస్తే ఇంటెలిజెంట్ అనిపిస్తుంది. డైలీ రైట్, సంబడి రైట్స్. నిజంగా క్రికెట్ ఇష్టం అంటే దాని గురించి రాయండి, ఎందుకంటే ఆయన ఎట్లనో అడుగుతారు. 2013 వరల్డ్ కప్ ఎవరు వెళ్ళారు, 2014, 2016 సచిన్ ది మాక్సిమం మెనీ రికార్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అది అంటారు. చెస్ రాస్తే ఒక పేరు తెలుసుకోవాలి, వరల్డ్ కప్ విన్నర్ ఎవరు. మనతో రిలేటెడ్ చెస్ లో ఏంటి, ఆనంద్ రైట్, సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం, సంబడి కేమ్ 17 years old who just won, Gukesh, right? So I play chess. If I write on resume, I'll say. Now coming to the part of the data structures. This is technical round 1. Let it be you are a Python developer, Java developer or anything. Okay? Data structures అనేది it's not just for a CSE IT background to BTech చేసిన వాళ్ళ. ఒక లాంగ్వేజ్ లో నేను ఎగ్జామ్ తీసుకోవాలా. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ I was a Telugu translator, Andhra government. Okay? నన్ను ఎట్లా టెస్ట్ చేస్తారు వాళ్ళు, జాబ్ లోపల వచ్చిన తర్వాత కూడా టెస్ట్ చేస్తారు. How they will test you for Telugu? So your brain is working to keep all the exams, right? Tell me, how will you test my Telugu? Words, meanings, technical on round 1. దాని తర్వాత పారాగ్రాఫ్స్ రాయండి. ఒక సిచ్యువేషన్ ఇచ్చేస్తారు, హైదరాబాద్ గురించి రాయండి, అమరావతి గురించి రాయండి. దే ఆస్క్ హిస్టరీ ఆఫ్ బాత్ ఉంది కదా, జైరాబాద్ నుంచి మొత్తం విజయవాడ, విశాఖపట్నం, మీరు దాని గురించి రాయండి. అప్పుడు దాకా నాకు తెలియదు, పాతకాలం విజయనగరంలో నుంచి అది చాలా పాత రూట్ అని, మొత్తం పూణే మహారాష్ట్రలో నిజాం వచ్చిన తర్వాత చేయండి, రైట్? So they asked me to write about it, read 30 minutes, write about it in Telugu. Now depending on the vocabulary. In the same way, technical one round is about what is what and data structures. Okay? Data structures in Python starts with list, set. Now they will ask you differences. Write down a code for the list, for the set, for the dictionary. Dictionary, iterate it and should print it. When you use print D3, they'll ask you to write down about for loop, using while loop, using recursion. Okay? Okay, we'll go ahead with the dictionary. Take note these points. Data structures. What are data structures? What is stack? STACK. Queue, QUEUE. Queue, stack, queue, searching concept, search concepts. Okay? Then you have trees, binary tree, AVL tree, AVL. Some people think, okay, these are only for the questions for CSE IT background. They don't care you have physically come till the interview, you are a mechanical engineer or you are somebody. They will ask you these data structure questions. ఎందుకంటే ఏదైనా కాన్సెప్ట్, any concept, you are teaching a computer doesn't know anything. Whatever code you have written, it follows that only. Does it know anything? Leave about AI. So all the concepts, searching, sorting. Okay, yeah, take this question, searching and sorting concepts. Searching and sorting concept. What is LIFO? FIFO. ఈ క్వశ్చన్స్ లాస్ట్ 6 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటాయి తెలుసా. మీ ఏజ్ 45, 55, సారీ ఏజ్ చెప్పేసి మీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ 55 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉన్నా కూడా ఈ క్వశ్చన్స్ పక్కా ఇంటర్వ్యూలో వస్తాయి. సారీ అబౌట్ ఏజ్. Now that averagely everybody is nearly maximum you can see 27 years of experience in IT. Maximum. Anybody till that your time it could be maximum 35 or 37 like. You can say, okay, somebody is working since 1990, right? And still he is working. Many things have changed, but these interview questions are always there. Cricket playing, even Dhoni will have to test himself, right? He needs to run whole cricket ground 2 times in 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, as per ICICI standards. Military good ante kada. So programming good. These are very basic concepts. How many times you solve it. Even after at the 3 years experience, you're going to a new company, new project, 40%, 80% high. Okay, same questions. Data structures, implement in Python. Tricky questions, searching and sorting. Why only this? Then you have space and time complexity. Okay, take it as this question. What is space and time complexity? O log n, n log n. How many are from the background of CSCIT? And good, you have how much practice this space and time complexity? Only to pass the exam or understand? Only to pass the exam. Even examiner wouldn't know much. And I'm sure only you would know 30%. Okay? Why space and time complexity is important? Because if you're making one code, your code on the right hand side, your code on the left hand side, whose will be selected in the PR? Whose code is having less space and less time complexity? Okay, physical vehicles lo grow ante. Ee manchi stylish, parking lo bada parking lo fit up. Strict ఇంకా maximum 200 kilometers one charging, 1 liter. In the same way, coding is also like that. Your space and time complexity will explain JR. You have to be at the stage where you are able to explain that your code is only 17 lines, their code is only you wrote the same problem's solution in 17 lines, they wrote in 34. But the space is optimized. మేము మొత్తం కోడ్ తీసుకొని వెబ్ అప్లికేషన్ ఒక సర్వర్లో వేస్తున్నప్పుడు అది రన్ అవుతుంది. ఒక సర్వర్లో 4-5 అప్లికేషన్స్, ఒక 2 గేమ్స్, 2 వెబ్సైట్స్ పోస్ట్ చేయవచ్చు. అని మీ వెబ్సైట్ ప్రొఫైలింగ్ అంటారు. ఓకే, ఆప్టిమైజేషన్. పిఆర్లో యాడ్ చేసే ముందు కూడా యువర్ టెక్నికల్ లీడ్ ఆర్ సంబడి హూ ఇస్ యాడింగ్ ద పిఆర్, రైట్, they will ask you to optimize your code. Okay, same story. Okay, same story. Just take one example. One cinema. Recently, OG. Everybody we have watched. Now you write down the same story. You write down the same story. Takwa lines. Ekwa meaning, ekwa story description also. That is space and time problem. Okay, go through this. These are very important. What will happen? Technical round 2. All the questions you have given the answer. I want to dig more. Inka test చేయాలి మీకు. Automatically data structures, time space complexity ke వచ్చేస్తాయి. Okay, they are testing my Telugu. It's at the government level. All the vocabularies. Still they want to test me. ఇంకేం పెడతారు? ఏదేదో పాత కథలు కూడా రాయమంటారు కదా. So they will increase the level. They will dig into the computer science CS, and when you go to computer science CS IT, this is the only last part. And if the project is on networking, at that time they might ask the networking concepts. Okay, team. Now you have seen that we are using many of the predefined functions. What is a function? Let me open or I can rename this one. Okay, you have used mat.sqrt square root of 16. Okay, forget about import, and then you're printing the same, or mat.square root of this is result. Okay, in this result, mat.square root, what is the result? Okay, so you have something called function. Function is like a piece of code inside the code. You wrote hello world. This is called as a function or method. Now, this is like a piece of code inside the whole code. A chinna piece of code in మొత్తం whole code. This is also a piece of code, but this to print from here it will start executing, right? So when you run it, you will see first it is printing hello world because you are calling hello world. Then you have yours. This is something, but it is stored in the hard disk, but not printed. You know why? Because this is a function. It is just you're declaring a function with a keyword called def. Def ante definition. In other programming languages, they call it function. Okay. Here we call it as a definition. Method, function, definition, all are same. Now in this, you call again def also. Definition add. Kani add ni pilusunu. You're calling the add. You're giving 5 and 7. This x and y takes 5 and 7. X plus y, 5 plus 7, 12. So what will be the sum result? 12. And then you are printing sum as this. So run it. You are getting sum as 12. Again, if I want to call this, if I write like this, so computer will execute like this. It will print on the monitor hello world. Now it will come here. It will only store in the hard disk. Now line is there, right? Again it will jump here and then it will execute. You are calling that function. This is only declaring the function. Now you are calling the function, it is calling. Now it will come here. It will come to know, okay, def ante idu oka pedda function. 1 line undochu, 15 lines undochu. How will you know that this is the body? Because this is a space. Because this is a space, it's called indentation, and Python is called indented language. Other languages, you will have this part. ఇట్లా ఉంటుంది కోడ్. దాంతో అర్థమైపోతుంది కి ఇది ఒక బౌండరీ, ఫంక్షన్ బౌండరీ. కానీ పైథాన్ వాండి రోస్వం వాంటెడ్ క్లీన్ కోడ్. చూస్తే క్లీన్ కనబడుతుంది కదా. So you're calling add. Okay, add was declared. Add takes x and y. X and y పంపించారు. These are called parameters, arguments. Okay. So for example, వేరే function ఉంది. This function is non-parameter. It doesn't have something inside. దీన్ని ఇన్వోక్ చేయాలంటే మనం ఏం పంపాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. ఈ ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది. ఈ ఫంక్షన్ ని ఇన్వోక్ చేయాలంటే 5 కొన్ని నంబర్స్ పంపించాలి, 1 2 5 7 వాట్ ఎవర్ నంబర్స్, అప్పుడే ఇన్వోక్ అవుతుంది. దేర్ ఇస్ వన్ మోర్ ఫంక్షన్ కాల్డ్ యాడ్, బట్ ఇట్ డజంట్ టేక్ ఎనీథింగ్ అండ్ ఇట్ రిటర్న్స్ నథింగ్ యాజ్ ఎ కీవర్డ్. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు రిజల్ట్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు యాడ్ అని పంపించాను. అందులో ఏం పంపించాలి? ప్రింట్ చేస్తే వాట్ విల్ ద రిజల్ట్? So it will start here. Okay, it's a function. You're calling the function. So it will go inside this function, execute that. It will come here. It will do nothing because it's just a function. You're not calling it. Again, it will store it in the hard disk. It's a function. Store chestadi ante. Now you're calling that function. Line number 17 will execute or 12 will execute. In 20, line number 20, 17 will execute, 12 will execute or 17 will execute. 17, why? Because add, they are not sending. Add is expecting a parameter xy. Now if you send add 1, 2, line number 21 will execute line number 17 and it will add. But line number 20 will call this function, which will return nothing or which will return a name called Sampath. Okay, so there are 4 types of functions. What is this type of function? This doesn't have a parameter, but has a return type. This function has parameter and return type. This function doesn't have parameter and no return type. Return ane keyword ledhu kada. So how many types of functions are there? So let's take 4 examples. No parameter and no return. A function etla untadi? Only def greet ante. Greet. ఈ మొత్తం కోడ్ని నేను కమెంట్ చేసి దిస్ ఇస్ ఫస్ట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఫంక్షన్ కాల్డ్ నో పారామీటర్ నో రిటర్న్ టైప్ ఫంక్షన్. దీనికి పారామీటర్ ఉందో, ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయో? పారామీటర్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ రెండు ఒకటి. నౌ ఇఫ్ ఐ కాల్ దిస్ ఫంక్షన్, వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్? నౌ ఇఫ్ ఐ రన్ దిస్, నథింగ్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్. యు సీ, నథింగ్ ఇస్ దేర్. To execute this function, ఈ ఫంక్షన్ ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలి. ఆ టైంలో I need to call greet or take like this book ticket. Now book ticket function is there. Hello, go to IRCTC. Execute it. There is no print, no action. Why? Because function is there. What type of function? Daniki parameter ledu, return type ledu. You need to call that function. Now it will execute from up. Okay, it took a function, stored it in the hard disk. Now this line number 8 will again invoke this function. Then execution will happen. You have one print, another print. You can keep as many print as one, as many lines inside it. A line execute aitadi, function ni call chestadi. So which type of function is this? No parameter. Now same book ticket, I wrote no book ticket with parameter and no return type. Hyderabad to Ooty. You see, this function takes source and destination, which are parameters. Parameters ఉన్నాయి. మనం కాల్ చేస్తేనే ఒక పారామీటర్ ఇస్తేనే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. పారామీటర్ ఇవ్వకపోతే ఏది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది? ఇది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే దీనికి పారామీటర్స్ లేవు, అది ఓన్లీ హెల్ప్ ప్రింట్. So to invoke this function and say hello, go to IRCTC, book the ticket from Hyderabad to Ooty and a print chepiyalante, book ticket invoke this function with a source and destination. These are called parameters. So what kind of function is this? This has a parameter. So with parameter and no return type. Now I am giving example of another with parameter and with return type. అందులో రిటర్న్ ఆన్సర్ ఇవ్వాలి. ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని ఇన్వోక్ చేయాలంటే దీనికి రిటర్న్ టైప్ ఉంది కదా ఈ ఫంక్షన్కి. there is a return type for this function. So if there is any return type also, you can write it as result and then print the result. Because there is a return type, it will print. ఎందుకంటే ఈ బుక్ టికెట్ అనేది హైదరాబాద్ ఊటీ రిజల్ట్. సో ఈ రిజల్ట్ అనేది ఇందులో స్టోర్ అయిపోతుంది రిజల్ట్. Got it? How many types of functions are there? You see, what is this type? There is no parameter. Parameter లేదు, రిటర్న్ టైప్ లేదు, రిటర్న్ కీవర్డే లేదు. ఇది కాల్ చేస్తే ఓన్లీ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తుంది. ఈ ఫంక్షన్ కి పారామీటర్ ఉంది, రిటర్న్ టైప్ లేదు. సో విత్ పారామీటర్ అండ్ నో రిటర్న్ టైప్ ఈ ఫంక్షన్ కి కాల్ చేయాలా, 12th line should get executed. Then you have to send parameters. Two parameters you have to send. If it is 3 parameter, you have to send 3 parameters. Then you have with parameter and with return type. Return అనేది కీవర్డ్ కూడా ఉంది కదా ఈ ఫంక్షన్ లో, అందుకే this function is called with parameter and with return type. Later return type is there, you can use it, you can print it. Just like now I will give more examples with respect to add. What is this function? So nothing is on, right? Run it. There is no output because you're not calling it. ఇట్లా కాల్ చేసిన తర్వాతనే ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ అవుతుంది. అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఇట్ విల్ స్టోర్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ద హార్డ్ డిస్క్. దెన్ లైన్ నెంబర్ 6 means I need to execute add action. So it will take add, then it will print inside because print is written. Now if this add is having x and y, then to call it you need to give x and y, maybe 1 2 5 6 or any name 1 name 2. ఇట్లా ఇచ్చినప్పుడే ఇది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది because add is expecting 2 parameters or 3 parameters if it is. Now if there is any return 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 x plus y, so when you run it nothing is there. Why? Because you are sending name 1 and name 2. It is saying this is add function, so it is printing, but you are not using the return. Or add means I am sending what? 1 and 2 and 3. What it will do? It will substitute 2 and 3 xy. It will print this is add function 2 plus 3 5. So result లేకపోతే డైరెక్ట్లీ ప్రింట్ ఇవ్వండి. డైరెక్ట్లీ ప్రింట్ ఇస్తే వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇస్ ద రిజల్ట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్ ఇట్ విల్ ప్రింట్ 5 because this is the function. Fine. Now you're calling this function inside the print with 2 and 3. So it took x as 2, y as 3 and it printed because you asked to print. This is add function, it printed this. Then return 2 plus 3. Print is getting 5 as, so it is printing 5. If there is no return, what it will print? ఇందులో రిటర్నే లేదు. So it will call, this will be printed. Again print add 2 and 3 అంటే అదే ప్రింట్ చేసేస్తుంది none because there is no return. Understood? Even if you have 1% doubt, let me know, else you can see the recording also, right? You want to see last batch PR? In the starting it's fine, first 4 days 9:30 batch starting, everybody took time. Okay, then after 5 days they started pushing the code. Once they are at the fast API, again they will be pushing the code. 10:30 same. So your other investors, project managers, others will see, come and see this part. Why is this smooth? Anjestalera. Again they will come to my manager. My manager will come to me. Then I have to be back of you. Ante kada? Okay? That's it, team. We'll call it a day.